So we have Gohan and Goten's easy info tweeted out by the Dokkan Twitter here. And this unit is looking to be quite powerful based on the information that I'm seeing. I feel like their easy is kind of what I expected them to be based off like my earlier video where I talked about what they could look like. And yeah, I think they're pretty good easy overall. Let's just hop in and talk about what they're doing here. So they're actually a siblings bond leader of key 4, then HP attack and defense 170%, which I think siblings bond could be an interesting team. It's just not in a really great spot right now necessarily. But the most important part of their leader skill, I feel, is the Goku family portion. So they do lead Goku family through key and 170% to stats, and I think they are pretty much going to be the best Goku family leader. I mean, you could argue Bardock still because he's the actual 200% lead, but this unit definitely does seem to be stronger than Bardock. They're going to be doing quite a lot of damage here, which is really, really good. So, going to Goten here. They get 158% attack and defense, which is a huge difference from their start of turn attack and defense, right? Which used to be just 58%. It's quite a big difference there. And then they do still have the guaranteed additional attack, but now it has a high chance to become a super attack rather than it just being a medium chance to be a super attack, right? Which is also like a pretty huge change because this is 30%. Now it's a 50% chance to become a super attack. And I guess one reason why it's a big change as well is because this unit, they greatly raise attack and raise defense for the turn. This is not stacking defense. I feel like people may be confusing that. But this is just a one turn at 50% attack raise and 30% defense raise. So that is actually going to be quite beneficial if you get a lot of additional super attacks off. Their defense could start to get like pretty significantly high. Especially because they have like 14,000 defense is quite nice, right? That's a good strong defensive stat, right? With their multiplicative boost. On top of that, they do actually get additional key per key sphere obtained, which is also really, really strong, right? Getting 1 key per key sphere obtained right there is just a very helpful ability, especially early on, because they do build up this. Now, this does actually seem to be the exact same, where they get 1 key up to 5 key, and then 10% attack and defense up to 100% attack and defense with each attack that they do. Now, that is a little disappointing because it would be preferred that they build up a lot quicker. However, since they have this start of turn 158% instead, I guess it makes sense. And they also actually do get an extra additional we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, it does kind of suck that it doesn't take, like, you still have to do 10 attacks to fully build up their passive, which is quite a lot of attacks to ask for 10. It'll take you at least 3 turns probably to get this fully built up, right? But I think key-wise, they're going to be looking a lot better considering that they only have Golden Warrior, right? A big issue with them before was key. But especially if you have a Rainbow Orb Changer, like, around them, you're going to be looking good to go. Now, if there's a Goku unit on rotation, it has to be just Goku, not Ginyu Goku, obviously, not Goku Jr., not Kid Goku, right? What they do is that they get an extra, it has to be on the rotation, yeah, keep that in mind. They get an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack, which is, again, quite good, right? Getting another additional with the 50% chance to be a super. So that means that counting with their hidden potentials as some super attack, this unit can now do 4 super attacks within the same turn. Their first super attack, the 2 additionals, and their passive if there's a Goku on rotation, right? And then there is, well, I guess 1 is guaranteed, 1 is with the Goku on rotation, then there's their hidden potential system 1, which is good. They get an extra 59% attack and defense. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? They get 59% extra attack and defense. And then the guaranteed additional, which has a high chance to become a super attack, which is quite nice to see, right? Now, on top of that, when they're using their active skill or when they're at 24 key, they get 59% attack. Now, that is a really, really strong effect because this is a multiplicative buff, if I'm, like, not mistaken. So with this 24 key or when using the active skill, their attack stat is gonna jump up a huge amount because that's the same buff basically as this 100%. which is quite significant. So if we think about, if we just add everything together, that's 158% plus 159%. So they have what, 217, I think, percent attack at the start of turn. Then they can get an extra 159% multiplicative attack on top of that. And if we consider their link sets, you know, 15% attack, 10% attack, 20% attack, 20%, 15%, they get a lot of attack from their link set. And they're a lot better defensively. So I think this unit offensively is going to be really disgusting. They're going to have ridiculous damage in game. Like, they're going to be hitting with the 24 key, they're going to be doing like 20 mil attack stats or something in certain situations, and then followed by like a 12 mil additional, then a 15 mil additional, then like an 18 mil additional super attack. Like, if they're fully built up and you have them going on, they're going to be really, really good. I do think though turn 1 is going to be like this unit's issue. Like early on, like turn 1, maybe turn like 2 is going to be a little bit of an issue for them. But I'm actually pretty satisfied with how this unit is. And, you know, in terms of Gokus, there's going to be a lot of good Gokus that they can link with. Again, I brought this up earlier when we were looking at Gohan and Goten, right? But they have a lot of really strong Gokus. And luckily, it's just Goku. So you could use, like, High Goku, or you could use some Joined Forces unit. But, like, let's look at, like, slot 1 Gokus, right? You can run this Goku pretty... Like, this is probably their best friend, this Carnival Goku, right? With all these links that they share together. That's going to be really, really good for them. Another slot 1 Goku. They're not really, like, too many, like, slot 1 Gokus. I mean, Tech God Goku, you could run with them. They should share a couple of links here. I think Tech God Goku, he should share, like, 3 links with them, right? I would assume so. Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle. Oh, no, actually, they don't share Prepared for Battle. Super Saiyan and Fierce Battle. I guess that wouldn't be too great, but this unit would benefit a lot from his orb changing, right? So, like, maybe you have a rotation of, like, this guy and someone else. Like, I don't know, let's say you run him with AJL or Gohan. This guy and AJL or Gohan. And then you have, like, a bunch of Gokus floating around the team. That could work pretty well. Like, if you're running the God Goku team where it's God Goku and then... Like, God Goku, what is this, 200% again? It's Exploding Rage and Power Wishes. They're on Power Wishes. Yeah, so, like, you could run, like, God Goku floating, then have another Goku, like, Kai Goku floating, and then run this guy with, like, I don't know, AJL or Gohan. Or I guess you could run him and not have to worry about the passive, right? But that could be really, really good. And then you just always guarantee the Goku passive to be up. And that Goku passive gives them a lot. You are, like, incentivized to basically run them next to a Goku with the extra additional, right? That's just a huge part of it. Did Gurus do any, like, translations for this unit just yet? I don't think so, but this is basically what the unit is doing here. Just in case so people can have it, like, written on paper. But yeah, that's what that Gohan and Goten is doing. I think they're just quite a strong unit. And especially if you're able to get the 24 key passive off, things get really crazy. But you could say an issue with them could be potentially defense. Like, I could see them turn 3 getting one shot by these big boss super attacks because they have no defensive tanking abilities or anything like that, which is okay, right? For an easy A, I'm not expecting them to do necessarily everything. But if we're comparing them to, like, you know, the blue fusions who have guaranteed dodge, right? For example, it's like this unit, I feel like it's going to be hitting harder than the blue fusions. But I feel like the blue fusions in comparison are going to be much more well-rounded for difficult content because they have, like, the ability to have that dodge. Well, this unit just has to straight up tank these super attacks, right? But I feel like especially once they super, they'll have easily, like, with their full passive up and everything, like, if they're, like, quad super, they'll be, like, 1.5 mil defense or even above. So if you get lucky with these super attacks and they're, like, built up, they could do a lot of, like, tanking wise. But it's like, again, building this up could be an issue. But that's pretty much it. I haven't seen any, like, numbers posted. Obviously, this easy literally just came out. Let me check the timeline and see if there's anything people are talking about here. Let me see here. But yeah, that's pretty much it there. So let me know what you guys think about this Gohan and Goten EZA. I think that it's pretty cool, right? We also have a new Super Battle Road, the Majin Power Extreme Super Battle Road coming out. So that's going to be really nice to see. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and let me know. I'll catch you next time.